Hey guys, Jordan here, and I want to talk to you quickly about murder hornets. We're going to make this a quick video. I'm going to be rapid firing facts at you and hopefully waking you up to what is happening. If you didn't know, I have a major in entomology and I got a master's specializing in invasive species. I have read many different sources, including invasive insects and diseases, and I have become an expert particularly in insects that colonize. So, let's begin. In 1995, Bill Gates received permission from the United States government to work in his philanthropical mission to help countries in Africa to deal with diseases that are carried by mosquitoes, right? Malaria, West Nile, things of the nature. So in order to do so, he had to have colonies of mosquitoes and many test subjects. This was not something that was specified to just mosquitoes. He has also received many other colonies of insects, such as the murder hornet. Now, when you think of how the murder hornet got here, the media will tell you that it could have been on shipment containers, or maybe someone brought it here and released it. Well, that doesn't make a lot of sense. Bees, wasps, things like that, they are colonial insects. One murder hornet worker cannot just all of a sudden show up and start a colony. They would be in a new environment with stimuli they've never been exposed to, prey they've never been exposed to, and it just simply doesn't make any sense if you think about it. If we took someone from the United States and threw them into Japan and told them to, start their own American family, I mean, how could they do that? They can't even communicate. It makes no sense, right? And they're saying that murder hornets are killing tens of thousands of bees. Well, that also doesn't make any sense. If you think about it, bees are only 1/8 of the size of the murder hornet. And even though that they are quite significantly larger, there are many creatures in the world, even such as man's best friend dogs, that are 1/8 the size of a human. But if you put 10,000 dogs against one human, they would simply not survive. So how is this happening? Well, the only way that this could be happening is if the murder hornets have had time to familiarize themselves with their environment and with their prey and their food source. So this brings me back to, if in 1995 he also brought the murder hornet over, then it makes perfect sense. Okay, he had time to introduce the murder hornets to everything, and now you're probably wondering, well, okay, you're circling back to this whole Bill Gates thing. Why is that? Well, if you've been watching the news, then you know that there are rallies out there where people are very anti-Bill Gates. They are blaming him for this whole COVID thing because he already has the cure and he won't share it. So what better way to derail the conversation than to introduce a new problem to the states? And that's exactly what he did. And what's going to end up happening is everyone's going to get really involved with caring about their honeybees and worrying about the next thing, because humans are just acute sympathizers and they want to just grab on to the next problem and be in the talk of the talk. And the truth is, when it comes time to solve this quote-unquote problem, who's going to have all the answers? Of course, Bill Gates. And what's going to happen is people are going to see him as the good guy and try to forget. Not only that, since he already has all of the means to deal with this issue, he's going to profit even further. That is because it was all set up. And we can believe whatever we want to believe, but insects are not very smart. You know, if you ever set a trap in your house, you know that insects will gladly fall into your little cup of apple cider vinegar and die and get trapped because it's saran wrap. So you're trying to tell me one little bug, one murder hornet just came over and just started its own thing? That's just impossible. It's time to wake up.